Hey guys, still here and welcome back to Stormworks. This is episode 3 of this new series that I'm doing in version 1.0.19 currently. We are starting directly aboard the 1F variant of the Quinn. The Quinn 1F is a slightly updated version where I actually have the RPS monitors for both engines installed. I have set the gearbox to a different ratio to make sure that it is a bit less energy hungry. And I have already received a new mission. I haven't completed any new research yet, but this new mission is a large search area. And of course, it is dark again. So, let's see if I can store the rope. Store that. Pick that up. Wow. It sounds like it's not even that far away. Hold on. That means I might be able to see it. Whatever it is. But where? It feels like I'm going away from it. There is something out there, but I'm not sure if that's one of my flares or not. From the previous episode. We're looking for a vehicle incident. It might be behind the island here. Oh, by the way, I now also have a battery indicator. And if I'm not moving at fast mode, I'm cruising at 60 kilometers an hour. At a very respectable fuel economy. Yeah, there's definitely something very nearby. Rescue 2 casualties. Yes. They're at the hospital? What sort of nonsense is that? Do you, what, you need me to hold your hand as I walk you to the hospital? Is that how this works? I'm sorry, but that feels a bit stupid. I'll do it, because I could use the money, but it is a bit awkward. So what is going on with these guys? Because of all the islands that they could have crashed on, why is there... Yeah, I'm not sure if this is how it's supposed to spawn. We might be looking at a bit of a bug here. Okay. It's free money. Don't ask questions, it's free money. Because this is 2k each. There's the lady. There we go, 2,000, 2,000, done. Few research points. Well... that was underwhelming. Where's the Quinn? Down there. I still have to master the art of precision docking, so I stop and stay at the dock. I'm not quite there yet. Right, so that was a very short mission. Well, back to base, I guess. Start the engine up. Let's go fast. God, that thunder is loud. We're still researching, by the way. The research project is still the advanced sensors, which will get me the emergency locator beacon. The emergency search and rescue locator, transponder locator. And that's going to allow me to then build a small system that will either vocally inform me, so using notification noises, or with a blinker, that I'm getting closer to the target. So basically this this rod that I've been using now, the system, or the locator beacon, no, beacon locator, in that order, not the other way around, because otherwise it's not going to be much good. Okay, now we wait for another mission. I could install a bed here, but that would be a bit awkward. Just having a bed here in the middle of the boat. Nah, that does... no. It's an unbecoming of the Quinn. I'll just have to wait for another mission. Welcome back. We have a new mission. And it is a mission with a huge search radius. A vessel in trouble has been sighted. Yes. Well, what you see down here is the start of the Sawyer Islands. That's a large, large area. And not necessarily one that is going to be easy to navigate through and easy to find stuff in. Fortunately, I have some help. Because the locator is now available. An emergency search and rescue transponder locator detects all transponder signals over great distances. Outputs the strongest signal strength detected. Transponder signal strength will decrease with distance. What this thing will allow me to do is figure out where the guy, or, well, guys, actually, plural, are. Actually, I think it would make a bit more sense if I were to put this... not really at the place of the light, but okay, here. I know it's not on center. I know I don't like it. So be it. Okay, so that is one. I would also need a buzzer. Because the buzzer, and this is something I researched, a buzzer will play a selected sound when toggled from on to, or sorry, from off to on. So what I can now do, if I understand this whole thing correctly, first provide both systems with power. Both the buzzer and the locator. Also need a toggle, I think. Toggle here. This is going to be the toggle for the locator system. Give it power. And then set this thing to be toggled to there. I think. Oh, detects. Yeah, it detects it. Okay. And then, no, it doesn't output audio. Ah, there we go. Transponder pulse. That should be able to go to the buzzer. Right. And then I can set this thing up to have any kind of noise that I want. That's not too bad. That's terrible. No. That could work. Beep 2? Yeah, I like Beep 2 a bit better. It's a bit calmer. Okay. Beep 2 it is. No, that's the Quinn 1G variant. Let's test this out, because I should already be inside the search perimeter, right? So if I understand this correctly... Yep. You hear those beeps? That's the system operational. Doesn't tell me exactly where I need to go, but it gives me some indication about what's going on. It sounds like it's getting slower. Let's turn around. Where is it? Give me my night vision. This search could take a while. Anything over in the horizon? Doesn't look like it. Just a bunch of stars. What if I head to the south? To here? By the way, there's probably all sorts of fancy locator beacons already on the workshop. I just haven't looked at those yet. So far, nothing. It does appear to be beeping a bit faster. How's my fuel? Perfect. At least it's not beeping terribly slow, which means that it's not miles and miles and miles away. The the same time, it might be a perfect opportunity to just do a bit of exploring around these Sawyer Islands. That's a harbor, I think. Definitely beeping faster now. Is there... yeah, there's an intake point here. This is where I can go inland. Let's go to fast mode. Because I think I'm going the right way. I just can't see anything. RPS is increased to about 13. Fuel's going down a bit faster, but speed is also increased to almost 90. Now, I'm not even sure if I'm looking for a boat or not. There might... oh, crap. That's not an intake point. This is. There's a lighthouse out there. Am I looking for a ship? A vessel in trouble. I think it's a ship. Let's hope it's not a car or anything, because I don't have any kind of wheeled vehicle available. Nothing. Definitely beeping faster again. I wonder what we're going to find this time. We might not be able to see it yet, as I still need to get over there. That's where the lighthouse is too. Fuel? Not too bad. Definitely going the right way. Where is it that, or where is what that we're searching for? The thing. It's not even close to daylight yet. We have to do this whole up in the dark. So flare guns, night vision, and oh, flashlight at this point, which is what I also have. We're getting really close. Taking it off of fast mode. Where is it? My beeper's going nuts. Oh, is that a crate? Yeah, it's a crate. Crap. Okay, set a waypoint there. We'll come back for that crate later if it's still here. Still nothing. I hope my binos, my night vision goggles don't go out of power. I can store those, right? Do they recharge? They do. Okay. Now the thing is, I could have been pretty close to it and not seen it, because it's still on the other side of this. I still haven't cleared the delta yet. No idea. Fuel? Still good. I think I only used about 70 liters at this point. Perfectly fine. I have more than enough for the whole return trip. Oh, let's not ram into that. I'm not so sure if I'm going the right way. I mean, it's nice to explore this, but I can see pretty far. There doesn't appear to be anything in trouble. That's just the bridge house, I think? The bridge control? Another one? Not here, maybe. No, it sounds like the locator beacon is slowing down. So the closer I got to the lighthouse, the better it got. Okay, we're turning around. Alright, this is going to take a bit of time. A few moments later, I've actually found what I'm looking for. It's over here. It's relatively close to the lighthouse that you can still see over to the starboard side. And it turned out to be pretty damn close. So I might have already spotted it, or rather you might have already spotted it. And I just sailed right past it. It seems to be a small freighter that's in trouble. Now that I know where it is, I can stash this. I can equip my flare gun. And get some ammo for said flare gun. Store the flashlight, equip the flare gun ammo. Fire the flare. That's where it is. Okay, thank you. You can turn that off. What I would like to know is how I can fire one of these flares. Reload flare gun. There we go. Alright, so there are supposedly survivors somewhere in the water. Oh, wow. I actually hit that thing? Nice. Alright. Where are the survivors, though? There. That's one. Let's kill the clutch. Keep the RPS fairly low. This way I can still generate a bit of energy. Alright, you get to come with me. That's one. Welcome aboard. Let's not use too much power. Where is the other one? From the ocean, they say. Yeah. This offers some illumination, firing it overhead. But I still can't see the other guy. Girl. Man, woman, camera. You know, the person that I'm trying to find. Are they still... No, they're supposedly in the ocean. Well, it's a fluid port. Oh, hi. You are very much not in the ocean, sir. Miss. Oh, get on. There we go. Okay, and the mission is bring them to a hospital. So I can take them to this one, if I so choose, the central hospital. Arguably, it's not the best choice. Because this one's simpler, as I can go directly back to base after. So let's do that. And the objective... Actually, I might want to try and find that chest that was floating around here somewhere. About 900 meters out. Feels perfect. Very good. Don't need to worry about that. Finding this chest might not prove too easy. In the dark. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not do that. It's a bit too much bobbing and weaving for my taste. Bit more throttle, otherwise the engines are going to die on me. It's the last flare I could fire. Where's that chest? Store the flare gun. Night vision. Chests, for those of you who don't know what a chest is, in this game you're always on the prowl for them because they allow you to get either research points or cash or both. They're floating or hidden little goodies that you sometimes encounter on missions or at random as you're sailing through the terrain. Wow, that flare didn't last long. It was here somewhere, but it might have despawned at this point. Alright. Enough search. Let's get you gentlemen and lady to a hospital. And the hospital is over there. So we are now just sailing back. Oh, I still need to paint that part. Sailing back to the hospital. And that should yield me, if I'm not mistaken, 4,000. Because I salvaged... Sorry, saved. That's not salvage. I saved the gentleman over to my left and the lady? Person? Over to my right. Still not too sure what they are. But they're safe. And that means that I now know that I don't need to bring too much more fuel. Just crank it up to fast. Hope that the waves aren't too much for the Quinn to handle without skipping over it like a rock on the water. So far it seems to be doing good. There we go, we've just hit 100 kph. I know that you should normally use knots, but I find this to be much more comfortable in figuring out what the speed is and how fast I'm going to reach a particular waypoint. Because if this is in kilometers and you're calculating in knots, then you need to do a reverse calculation in your head before you're able to actually figure out what sort of time you can expect or what your fuel economy is. Stuff like that are unnecessary bothers, shall I say. Alright, I would like to equip a flare. Making sure that I can figure out where the dock is. And then once again we're going to try and park the ship next to the actual dock. Instead of, once again, having to jump off the ship onto the water, or into the water, and then once again out through the ladder next to the dock. It does not feel too professional. Fortunately it's going to be light soon, so I might not even need my flare. Or flares, actually, plural. And I find that in this game, daylight goes really quickly. It's either nighttime or it's not. When the daylight hits, it hits really quickly. I think that's the dock right in front of me. Oh, yep, there it is. I think. Yeah, that's where it is. Okay, I need to do a bit of reversing. Turn the reverse off. Oh, off. I said not. Keep it on. This is a moment when you would really like an electric motor. I might install that on the Quinn, because it just makes life a hell of a lot more simple. Here comes the docking, he says, and he rams the bow into the dock. That's a different way of docking altogether. Let me guess, my engine's died. Oh well. This is good enough of a dock as it'll be. So you get to sit over here. We're going to toss a flare over there. Hello, could you stop following me? That's a bit creepy. Don't do that. You. Half that person. Come with me. You get to follow me as well. And I'm going to escort you back to the hospital. Toss a flare. Light the path. It's a bit irresponsible that they don't have any kind of lighting next to this. Oh well. I'm just going to find our way. I still have my night vision goggles, but it's a bit overpowered to bring people to a hospital. There's one, there's two, and there are a few research points. Job done. So now it's back to base. See you guys there. Welcome back to the dock. For the last part of this episode, I'm going to do a bit of engineering, because I want that electric motor / electric motors in this boat, making it a bit more easy to maneuver inside the dock, instead of just having to do reverse and forward and stuff like that. To make that happen, I need to have access to where the engines are transferring power to the propellers. That happens here, just behind the clutch. What I want to do is turn on mirror mode. I want to cut these 2 pipes. And over there I want to have 2 T-pieces. I want to have 2 electric motors, the small ones. They're $600 each. They're not cheap. But they will allow this thing to do more fine maneuvering than it did before. Now, to make sure I still have enough battery power, I'm going to add another couple, I'd say 2 batteries. These things are also not terrible. Actually, they're not too bad. They're 150. I might go with 4 then. Because I have quite a bit of cash, 20,000 at this point. Alright, now I need to tie everything together. I'm going to tie the batteries all into this. And to make sure that I don't accidentally set up or use the electric motors, I'm going to put them under a switch. Let's put that thing over there. This is going to be the electric motors. Default state off, correct. Now the way that these things work, I'm going to tie the main battery into point A, and point B only transfers power when the thing is active. So when I flip it. Now I have my 2 motors connected. Next up is to set these things to a control surface of some sort. W and S is something I'm not using at the moment. So that's perfectly fine. That's 1 and 2. This is now the Quinn 1H. And she should be ready for a test run. Alright, let's test this thing out. I now have my electric motor, so if I press W, I'm going to be normally moving. But, oh, right, yes. No, it's working as intended. It's not working because I don't actually have the switch flipped. Now it should be working. There we go. Now I have a little bit of propulsion. You just don't want to do this for too long, because it drains the battery like crazy. I can do about 30, possibly 40 knots, but my battery's down to 75% already. So when I'm doing this sort of maneuvering, ideally I just have the engines going to continuously recharge the battery. So you're basically trading a bit of fuel, and you're getting a bit of battery power. And with this, I can now do some fine maneuvering, which will allow me to get to and from docks a hell of a lot easier. This is going to make my life quite a bit more comfortable. Something else that I still want to do is set the throttle to minimum, because the engine dies a few too many times on me. As it turned out, the setting for the throttle is 0.15. That's when I can still have the throttle at minimum and the engine still operate. So what happens now is that if I spawn in the boat and I start up the engine, it'll just very gently pick up at about 6.5. That's where it'll stay. You're using a very low amount of fuel, and this way I'm going to keep the engines running. You can barely see it. I don't think they generate enough exhaust at the moment. Yeah, there's 1 puff of smoke just underwater. So right now I'm trading a very, very low amount of fuel to make sure that the batteries stay active. And I imagine that this boat can keep this up for a very long time. Reason I did this is because I've used this thing at full throttle. I've slowed it down with or without the clutch. Let's say without the clutch. And then it just keeps going right now. But originally it didn't. It just died on me. And that's when I ran into trouble, because I couldn't spool it back up, because my battery was dead. Shouldn't be the problem now, though another tiny adjustment to this boat that shall make a bit more, or that'll give me a bit more quality of life. Anyway, that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys next week for more emergencies and hopefully some more interesting rescues. See you guys then.